So I'm going through the passport process because, well, you know, I gotta go places, right? The U.S. State Department told me, no, you owe past due child support, except that I don't owe back child support. So it turns out my state is erroneously reporting a delinquent child support situation. Something along the lines of, remember your first ex? Yeah, that one. The one who was constantly erroneously reporting things on you, and we would stupidly and automatically just put that in our system. Well, somebody forgot to take it out, and it's been sitting there. Our bad. Sorry. Problem is, the State Department never returned my birth certificate. So I try to call them, and all I get are recordings when I follow the phone tree that say, everything you need to know is on our website. Bullshit. Because when I go to the website, this is all I see. So I keep dialing the number and ignoring the phone tree and pushing in random numbers until I actually get to a person. I can promise you that when you call this phone number to get a hold of them, this is the sequence of numbers you need to enter when prompted to actually talk to a person. Nothing else works. Even though you are now talking to a live person, that first person will not be able to help you. So after you tell your story, they will gladly transfer you to somebody else who also will not be able to help you. So this person tells me that I need to send a letter to their P.O. box and make sure it's certified so that somebody has to sign for it, and that I should request the return of my supporting documents, i.e. my birth certificate. And I do so, and I wait for over a month. That's right. The United States State Department is not picking up their own mail. So I dial the number again, put in the magic combination of numbers again, tell my story to a person who says they can't help me, who transfers me to another person who almost certainly will not be able to help me. This girl has the audacity to say, well, why don't you just apply for a new birth certificate? Most states just give them out for like $10. Well, here's the deal on that. I was born on an Air Force base in the Philippines that does not exist anymore. Do you know who I have to apply for a replacement birth certificate with? The United States State Department. The same agency that has been ignoring my correspondence all along. Gee, I wonder how that's gonna go. So she says, well, don't you have your certificate of birth abroad? Why don't you just send that in? This is the only document I have left in my possession that proves that I exist. What's more, that I'm a U.S. citizen eligible for a passport. There's no way in hell that I'm sending that, the only thing I have left, to you, who apparently has already lost my birth certificate and can't give me any answers. Now, clearly you can't help me. Somebody can help me. What is the phone number for that person? And she says, hold for a supervisor. Now, the supervisor's name is Karen, of course. But you know how all the 3 or 4 people that I've talked to before, we don't have any information? Karen has all the information. We're held up on an HHS child support. Even though you say you don't owe it, it's in the federal system that you do. And we're going to keep your birth certificate until that's cleared up and then process your passport. So you've got to contact your state again. So I do. So at this point, it's supposed to be cleared up by the end of the week. I will call back to verify that and then check the online status and see if things are moving forward. I really want to believe that it's finally going to sail through, but the cynical side of me says there's at least a half a dozen more phone calls to this phone number in my future. Stay tuned. Update. I got the passport. Yay me. Wasn't easy, but once I got the child support taken care of, within a week or so I got a letter from them. Here's the kicker. They go, yeah, we cannot continue processing your passport because your picture is more than 30 days old. And I'm like, you're the reason it's more than 30 days old. Are you kidding me with this shit? So the first picture I took was, it wasn't a portrait, but it was, not too bad, because I went to local library where they do passports and they actually took a pretty decent picture. Now I'm hauling ass over to Walgreens and paying $10 to get a picture that looks like an effing mug shot, and this is what I'm stuck with for the next 10 years. Thanks a lot, government. So I send in the new picture. A couple weeks later, passport shows up, and believe it or not, a week or so after that, birth certificate and other supporting docs showed up. So good, set, got everything back. But just for kicks, I go back on the postal website. That letter is still sitting there waiting to be picked up. I sent that letter in August. It is now the middle of December. I don't think they pick up letters there. I actually think the mail slot at that post office box is actually a shredder. Guys, don't let up, even if it's the government, right? Don't be nasty, just stick to your guns, as I'm always saying. Be polite, be persistent. And as always, safe travels. Pretty soon you'll be seeing me traveling internationally instead of just in the United States. At least that's the hope. We'll see how it goes. Picture's more than 30 days old. It's no wonder the damn terrorists are winning. I swear to God.